Party people, welcome once again to the Party of One podcast, the actual play RPG podcast where the gaming table is always set for two. I'm your host as always, Jeff Stormer. This week on the show, I am joined once again by one of my favorite guests in the world, Alex Roberts, for a game of Till the Last Gasp by Darrington Press. Till the Last Gasp is a two-player dramatic storytelling game of duels. It is all about big emotion, big action, exchanging blows, revealing secrets, raising tension, and battling it out until only one person is left standing. The game is this beautiful kind of board gamey, tactical role-playing game experience with a lot of tough moment-by-moment decisions and big storytelling twists. I had a blast playing it. I think this game rules, and I really think that you're going to enjoy the story that we told. It's very, very close to my heart, and I've been thinking about it a lot since we got to play it. You can find more information about Till the Last Gasp at darringtonpress.com, or you can check the show notes for more information. You, of course, know Alex is the designer of For the Queen and Star-Crossed and Precious Little Animal, as well as the guest from two previous Party of Ones, two of my favorite episodes that we've ever released in the past 8 years. Star-Crossed, Champ and Crowbar love each other, and Our Time on Earth, where we exchanged alien voicemails with one another. You can find more about all of Alex's work at helloalexroberts.card.co. Now, before we dive in, a few housekeeping notes. This is our summer season finale. We are taking a month off. We'll be back in mid-September with a very special two-part episode. Party of One Kills Every Monster, a crossover with Kill Every Monster, where Aram and Dylan join me for two discrete special episodes, one in which we create a weird little monster, and the other in which I force Aram to confront it. Otherwise, this is a good time to check out the backlog. There's a bunch of episodes and probably something you missed. I also want to take a moment and thank a bunch of Patreon backers for their support. Thank you to Anissa, Adam, Michael Reebok, Rob, Odd Ood, and Richard Kreitz Landry for your support of the show, for helping make podcasts happen and games happen and all these cool things. We recently had some changes to the Patreon, which you'll hear future Jeff talk about in just a moment. But all Patreon backers get access to early releases of Party of One, raw audio from Party of One episodes, games, all the things that I work on don't get dumped onto the Patreon, as well as periodic bonus content when I've got the time. You can find more information at patreon.com/JeffStormer. Hey everybody, Present Jeff here with a quick statement that we stand in complete solidarity with our friends in the WGA and SAG-AFTRA unions as they strike, fighting for better working conditions and a better, more equitable path forward in the industry. We stand in complete solidarity, which means that we will not be taking or promoting any struck work during the duration of the strike. And of course, the best way, if you would like to support the strike, is by donating to the Entertainment Community Fund, which supports individuals whose work has been put on hold due to the strike. Anyone who donates to the Entertainment Community Fund can send me proof of a donation of any amount. I will send you an exclusive, secret, never-released Party of One episode, as well as a digital version of any single one of my games, your choice. Thanks, everybody. Solidarity forever. And with all that said, let's go ahead and throw it over to me in the past so that he can get started with the show. Take it past me. Thanks, future me. I think it's pretty well known how excited I am to be sitting down today. I've got one of my wonderful good friends, one of my favorite people that I've ever had on the show, Alex Roberts. Thank you so much for coming back on Party of One.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
I am so excited. Why don't we take a moment at the very top of the show, talk about some of the wonderful things that you've done, talk about what we're playing here today, as well as anything else that you want the audience at home to know about.
Cool. Let's see. You may know me from Star-Crossed, which is the Jenga-based two-player role-playing game of Forbidden Love. You might know For the Queen, which is a card-based storytelling game about love, honor, and devotion and betrayal. I don't know, maybe you played my little one-player journaling game, Precious Little Animal. That's like a little zine that you write in, and I drew in. Or maybe you've played some of my games that are in weird little anthologies. I'm trying to think of an example right now. There's a lot of them out there. Visit my website at helloalexroberts.card.co. I have like a portfolio kind of now. And yeah, basically I make games that are about big feelings and very simple rules so you can get into the feelings real fast. So recently I was hired to work on this game. So kind of based on an original design by Will Hindmarch. Listen, they asked me to work on a game. It's about big, dramatic, one-on-one duels, flirting, fighting, putting everything on the line. So I was like, okay, yes, great. So anyway, that's the game that I get to play with you today. I don't know if I should have introduced it.
I am so excited. We are playing Till the Last Gasp today, which is a game of two-player duels. We are going to create two people and then have those people battle until the bitter end. that's the game in a nutshell.
Mhm.
It is a 2-player game. It's supposed to run about 60 to 90 minutes. I am really, really excited. I have read through the rules today, and it's just a sick game. Like everything about it, it's got a nice little tactical touch. It's got some big feelings in it. I love the drama cards that we're going to be drawing and doing things like taunting each other and offering concessions. It's sick. I'm really excited. And moments before we hopped on this call, we decided on the particular duel that we were going to be having, and I'm so excited.
I know, me too. Oh my gosh.
So, the first things that the game recommends that we do are pick a map. So we go through a list of maps provided. We could create our own, but we have some pre-made maps here, and we've chosen one. And then decide on, there's some pre-generated characters, or we can create our own. So we are going to be using one of our pre-generated maps and creating some characters very quickly here on mic. Alex, do you want to describe the general vibe of the fight that we have landed on in this moment?
Sword fools. Yeah.
I couldn't find a better way to describe it myself, frankly. I feel good about this.
I don't know what possessed me, but when we talked about doing this game on this show, I was like, I bet me and Jeff could really be two guys who think Steven Seagal is cool. Taking everything dead seriously and having the shittiest fight. Am I allowed to cuss on the show?
Yeah, okay? Absolutely. It's in my documentation. The answer is fuck yeah.
Okay, great.
So the second you pitched this to me, the vibe of this is a VHS that you find at the front of like an old video store. Remember video stores?
Yes.
This is a VHS. Like this is a Tubi streaming release that is you put it on. You think very little of it, and it is quietly the best thing that you watch all year.
Yeah. And then you're like trying to get your friends to watch it, but you're like, it sucks. It's so bad. Please watch it with me.
Please watch it with me. It's terrible. I will not stop talking about it for the next year and a half.
Yes, exactly. I just watched Time Cop, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes. I goddamn.
And it's like, I kind of want this to have that vibe, but I mostly want it to have the vibe of people who like unironically think that that's a cool movie.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. Like,
great.
Okay. I feel great. I've been specifically thinking about the John Wick movies recently, and like John Wick, no budget John Wick knockoff is like a vibe and a half to me.
Very good.
All
very
right.
good.
I feel like we speed ran to exactly where we want to be with this, and I could not be more excited.
Great.
All right, so we're gonna make some characters real quick. We have our location, which is a desperate city. Each location until the last gasp is made up of 4 spots where we'll go from during the fight. This has the cafe, the fountain, a Ferris wheel, and some metro stairs. It is this very lush, sort of like partially demolished, beautiful European cityscape, which is the ideal place for like a 0-budget action film to happen.
Yeah. Some sort of like, I don't know, Italian tax credit is why we're filming here.
Yes, I'm glad that we've established this early. So now we're going to make some characters. Making characters until the last gasp is very easy. We are going to come up with a name, some pronouns, and then a few short questions. What are we notorious for? What are we recognized by? What is our overt motivation, which is the motivation that everyone can see? We're going to come up with a hidden motivation, which I'm going to say we'll come up with and then tell each other at the end of the game. I think that's fun, and I think that way we've got a thing running in the background. And then if there's anything else about the character that is important to us.
Yes, great. Yeah, so characters are just known as, notorious for, and recognized by, and then everything that you do is kind of driven by the motivations. I am experiencing option paralysis with what to name my guy.
I'm thinking about it. I'm throwing words together and seeing what feels sick.
Let's just say words. Go snake.
Pile up.
Viper.
Hacksaw.
Cobra.
Knuckle duster.
Bigger snake. Python.
Python, Python Knuckle Duster. I'm going with Python Knuckle. No, I don't. I like Knuckle Duster as a last name, but I want a good like one syllable first name.
Ooh. What about like if it's like a real guy's name, but one of those nice heavy monosyllabic ones, like Rod or Tom.
I'm gonna go Trick. Trick Knuckle Duster's real good.
Knuckle Duster is good.
Trick Knuckle Duster's really good. That feels good. That's good.
Okay, Trick Knuckle Duster meets Snake Hacksaw was I feel like is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
What was there was another like tool word that you said.
Oh, now I don't even remember it.
What if he has a really mundane last name? Is it funny if he's like Snake Thompson?
Snake Thompson's great. That's a good name.
Great.
Snake Thompson and Trick Knuckle Duster are very good bad action movie hero names. And so Trick Knuckle Duster is notorious for elevating the art form of Gymkata to new heights. Wow.
Yes.
As I was thinking about bad action movies set in weird weird European locations, I can't believe that it took me this long to remember Gymkata, which of course, as you know, combines the skill of gymnastics and the kill of karate.
Yes. Oh, yeah, obviously. I think Snake Thompson is notorious for, I feel like notorious for, there's some kind of really, really low level conning that he's been doing or stealing.
Okay. Yep.
I think he's notorious for stealing and hawking like gym and office equipment.
That's great. That's funny. That's great. I adore that. Yep, that feels good. Trick Knuckle Duster is recognized by it's gotta be the expanding bow staff. It's the walking cane / expanding bow staff that he carries with him at all times.
Fantastic stuff. Really, really good.
It has specifically what is the animal that is on the end of the cane? I'm going unicorn. It's the first thing that popped into my head.
What an inconvenient handle. I'm compelled.
It truly does not feel like it accomplishes the goal of like a cane handle, but it does say a lot about who Trick Knuckle Duster is, and I'm holding on to this.
Yeah, he's gonna turn his wrists to dust. I'll tell you that right now. I think Snake Thompson is recognized by his immaculately maintained mullet.
That feels great. I like that. My overt motivation. If you are known for hawking gym equipment, then I think that I think that my motivation is to make right with the international weightlifting equipment cartel. I am a hired hand. I have been hired by this shadowy organization. They have offered me a tremendous amount of money to make right with and stop the flood of illegal, unsanctioned gym equipment from hitting the streets.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I love the idea of actual like Olympic weightlifters being like, we're gonna hire this dipshit to be the muscle. But also, I really like the idea of like that shadowy organization not being big, strong muscle guys, but being like Joe Weider types, like the Muscle Magazine owner guys, who are just gnarly dudes. Cool. I think Snake Thompson's overt motive is gonna be, I want it to be something a little bit business, a little bit personal. Maybe you didn't allow me access to your gym, or training. We can come up with a name for it at some point. You got me kicked out of this like gym where I'd been hoping to train, and so now it's
called the Brass Knuckle Gym. It's the brass. it's the brass knuckle. It's the brass. Yeah, it's Brass Knuckle Gym. That's the name of it.
Great. You got me kicked out of Brass Knuckle Gym. And I am here to kick your ass. That's literally my motivation, is just to get you to apologize and retract some of the defamation that I've been hearing.
I love this. I love that. I love the accidental within the meta fiction of this story, which is the most Jeff Stormer thing I can say about this particular fight that we've been mapping out. I love the way that they have like the artistry that they have laid into this zero budget action film of like, we have both been hunting each other, and this is like the big climax of that. There's big like, our ambition is vastly outweighs our budget energy, and that is where I want to live every single day for the rest of my life.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. A lot of shots being framed in a way where it's like, they very obviously couldn't get more extras, so they're framing the shot this way. A lot of reusing locations.
I love it. I love it a lot. All right. I have a hidden motivation. I'm gonna keep it secret and reveal it to you afterwards.
Okay, let me think about hidden motivation. Okay, I've got one.
Okay. So with all of that, the last thing that we decide is what is our stakes at the start of this battle? They can change at any time, but our 4 options are: to defeat, which is one of us gets knocked down and defeated; to exile, one of us leaves to never return; to a turn, one of us convinces the other to join our side; or till the last gasp, which is that we are fighting to the death.
I'm ready for things to escalate, but I would like to start to the defeat.
I think that feels good. That feels good. That feels like a good start.
Okay, cool.
All right. So now that we have mapped out our characters, we are going to decide our objectives. We're each going to draw 3 objective cards. I'm going to shuffle this deck. You're going to choose one, and you're going to set it on the table and discard the other 2. I'm looking. All right, I have my objectives.
I forget if we share these with each other or not. And also, I forgot that they all have names, and I named them all. I worked on this a while ago, and now I'm looking at things that I wrote and being like, haha, cool.
That's a good feeling, though. Like, I've had that happen, and like, that's a good experience.
It feels nice.
All right, I believe we do. Let me check the rules, but I believe we do share them with each other. Yes, because we're gonna have them face up on the board, so we do share them with each other. So I have chosen Ready to Take Everything.
Oh, fantastic. I have chosen Causing Problems on Purpose.
That feels good. That feels very Snake Thompson from what I know about Snake Thompson.
Great. And what each of these have is like little mini objectives on them that you're like supposed to do multiple times. So like mine has like destroy scenery in at least 2 different areas. And I think some of yours are like move your foe from an offensive stance into a protective stance. So anyway, there's all these little mechanical things you can do.
And as we check off our objectives, we'll read them out for the listener, but we've got our objectives. Our goal is to check off at least 3 of these. Once we have finished 4 rounds of play, we will, and one of us has checked off 3 objectives, they can spend action points to end the battle. That can happen at any point once those 2 conditions are met.
Yes, absolutely.
So, with that, we have laid out our characters. It is time now for us to begin the duel. We are going to confront our foe. We are going to describe how our duelists enter the scenario, and then describe, we are then going to ask each other a question. Then we're going to start the actual fight. Are you ready for Snake Thompson to duel it out against Trick Knuckle Duster?
I've never been more ready for anything.
I'm so excited. All right. Who do we think enters this? Who do you think enters the scene? I have a proposed.
I think you first. I don't know why.
I was about to say, I think that given your motivation is to kick my ass, like I think that it is, I have been on your tail, but you have been hunting me, and the hunter becomes the hunted, and you enter the scene.
I love when the hunter becomes the hunted. Okay, great, perfect.
So, I am entering the scene. I am wearing a full leather black duster with a tank top underneath.
Oh my god.
Stone-washed jeans. The cuffs have been rolled, and I am wearing overly elaborate black and white sneakers.
Fantastic.
I am walking. I am walking. I think that I have heading to a scheduled meeting with a contact, right? Like I am doing the low rent action movie equivalent of the film noir detective. Like I am meeting with a contact who has a lead on the gym equipment. And I think I arrived and they are not there, and the street is empty, and that is my cue that like something is up, word has been spread that something is about to go down, and I get into a defensive fighting stance.
Oh, okay.
I
Amazing.
whip some sunglasses off. Obviously, I whip my sunglasses off and put them in a chest pocket.
Okay, great. What is the thing that you wish you could push out of your mind right now?
I had a moment with one of these runs a gym types, one of the heads of the shadowy gym equipment cartel that is distributing equipment to all of the great athletes across Europe. There was an interaction where I took this job and they didn't know who I am. They like fully they like I had to go up to them and they were like, who's this clown? It's of course the meanest thing you can say to someone.
Because it implies they're not even one of the better known clowns.
Exactly. So like I go up, they say who's this clown, and I have to like prove it to them. I have to grab somebody and put their arm into an arm lock, slam their head into the table, very action movie style. But the fact that they didn't know me has stuck in my head.
Whoa. That's intense. That's quite a chip on your shoulder to be bringing to this environment.
That feels right. It feels right.
Cool. So Snake Thompson is going to appear on the scene, and I'm picturing like you hear the flick of like what are those blades that what's it called when you press a button and the knife comes out?
Switchblade.
Switchblade. Great. You hear the flick of a switchblade, and we immediately pan to just like a hand holding a comb. It's like one of those switchblade combs, and we see it come up to Snake's magnificent, like almost Kurt Russell-esque mullet, and he runs it through his hair, and then he sheathes the comb and sticks it in his pocket. He is wearing very sensible, off-brand Adidas style track pants, like tearaway pants with the buttons on the side and stripes. They have seen better days.
Sure, absolutely.
But they're very high-waisted and loose-fitting, an excellent choice. The waist on them is just in the wrong place visually. It's hard to describe exactly how, but it gives them weird proportions. And a Gildan white cotton t-shirt that could be a lot better fitting. So that's what Snake is bringing. And he has taken a stance. His fists are kind of like held tightly next to, like on either side of his hip. And then he brings his fists up in front of him and then settles back slightly. Snake does Tai Chi.
Okay.
And
all
so,
right.
you know that like leaning back on one foot
Yeah.
and pointing
yeah.
at that other foot, that Zhang. I've done like 3 Tai Chi classes, so I'm going to really be able to play an idiot who thinks he knows Tai Chi. And he settles back into that stance, one foot resting out on its heel and the other right leg slightly bent. And
Do I recognize you, and how do you feel about that?
Oh my God. He would be devastated if you don't recognize him. And I think maybe he's doing something specifically to like announce himself. Because he would just be so mortified if you didn't know who he is. But also I feel like he would be so confident that you do know who he is. But maybe he settles into that, and then he just says, "Trick knuckle duster," kind of like hoping that you will respond.
I think I stand up, I look around, I see the crowd, like I see the lack of a crowd, and Yeah, I was originally going to say that I don't recognize you, but I do think that it feels right. And the more I sit with it, the more it feels right to kind of say, like, so you're the one that's been making life hard for the gym owners across Europe. I thought I got a bad vibe from you when I threw you out of Brass Knuckle.
That was a long time ago. I think you'll find I'm ready to settle the score.
I shed the... No, I'm keeping the duster on for now. The shedding of the duster is a dramatic moment, and I don't want... It's not...
It'll have its time.
I do need to specify because it is very important. I am visualizing, honestly, peak Jean-Claude Van Damme hair. Like not quite the Street Fighter guile, but like in the 94 Street Fighter film when they try to give Van Damme the guile, but it's still like very close to his head.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. That's where we're at. All right. So
Perfection.
we have introduced each other. We have asked our question, which means it's now time to ready our weapon and start brawling. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to, we have in front of us 10d6, which are our edge dice. These represent our advantage in combat. These are our energy, which allows us to gain action points, which allows us to do cool fighting things. We start out with 5 of them ready in front of us. We can assign those to either protective or offensive. Protective means you're defending. Offensive means that you're going on the attack. We will assign those. Then we'll pick one of our stances. We'll draw one of our 5 stance cards to decide like how we're fighting. And then we'll use that to roll a certain number of dice, collect action points, and then we'll go back and forth, choosing actions, dealing attacks to one another, fighting it out, and when we both run out of action points, we advance the round. Our goal is to check off objectives. Our goal is to get to 3 objectives over the next 4 rounds so that one of us can end the battle. So I have 5 dice in front of me. I think I'm going to go 3 offensive, 2 protective. I think that you are going on the, like, I rather, like, regardless of, like, where you put your dice, I think that I perceive this as Snake is going on the offensive here, and Trick Knuckle Duster wants to, like, ward that off however possible.
That makes perfect sense to me. I think Snake is really going to put a lot into offensive. I think it's going to be 4-1, 4 offensive, 1 protective.
Okay. So now we're going to draw our stance cards, and we're going to choose one of them. We have 5 stances. We have bold, quick, or wary. We also have 2. We have defensive and reckless, which are if we get rattled. But we're going to choose a stance card, and that's going to tell us what dice we can roll and sort of the actions that we can take on a turn.
Bold, quick, and wary. I think I'm in bold stance. You know what I mean? That makes sense to me.
I think I'm in quick stance. For the moment. That feels good. Yeah, I think I'm in quick stance. So each stance has a number of actions we can take. My quick stance is that I can change my stance to bold or wary. I can land a hit. I can step gracefully, moving us to an adjacent area, or I can draw a drama card, which are big feelings things that impact the battle in various ways.
Great. And I can rattle my foe into the reckless stance. I can change your stance to either quick or wary, and I can actually make us both draw a drama card at the same time.
That's great.
Yeah, and also land a hit on your foe, which is like one of my objectives. So
and
I'm
also
excited.
We each have a flex option where we can spend points to destroy scenery,
Yes!
which is great. You can just smash it at any time, which
Just
feels
wreck
very
it.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to roll a number of dice. These dice stop being ready, which means our resources are going to dwindle unless we recover dice during our actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to roll 2 dice. So I'm taking 2 of my D6 action, or my 2d6 edge dice. We also roll our d20 dual dice, which is going to both determine who goes first, as well as some additional action points that we collect. So I'm rolling 2d6. That is a 2 and a 2, alongside, oh, that's a natural 20. That feels very satisfying.
Oh boy.
Which tells me that I get 5, 6, 7 action points to start off with.
Right. Okay. And I have rolled my all 4 offensive dice.
Oh no.
Which I'm just going to very easily do some math here. I think that gives me, okay, I've got a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6. So that's 1 plus.
That's 13, right?
Okay, cool. So that means I have 3 action points. Yes.
And then you roll your d20 for dual dice as well.
It seems I've rolled a 10.
So that is 3 more. So that means we each have 7 action points. And I rolled the higher result on my dual dice, so I am going to go first. And I am going to. I have 1 dice left. I am actually going to. We actually have an additional action because of our location. We are currently located at the fountain. The fountain is where Trick was going to meet my contact, which means that I can also lament something irretrievably lost and ready an extra die.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to spend 2 points. So I've got 7. I'm going to spend 2 points to. I think I lock eyes with you, and I think as we are squaring up, we are staring each other down. I am readying a die, putting it into defensive to hold myself and to kind of mutter, it's been a long time since Brass Knuckle Gym, and had our equipment been certified by the International Weightlifters Council and not sold from a black market dealer, maybe Brass Knuckle Gym would still be alive today.
Oh.
Maybe I wouldn't have lost my gym if smugglers and hawkers like you weren't sabotaging our entire industry.
Wow. Can I respond to that? Can Snake respond to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
If chumps like you knew how to inspect your equipment, I guess guys like me would be out of a job.
I am immediately landing a hit on you. That is, I think that you have goaded me into an attack at this moment. I am doing a step onto the fountain and sort of a very gymnastic, like twirling kind of hook kick.
Fantastic.
Onto you, so you will describe the injury that you take.
Excellent. I want the big sound of kicking that one gets in a low budget action movie, like that, just like
sure.
And the camera doesn't capture it perfectly, but it appears as though I've been kicked right in the jaw, and my head like sort of like twists to the right side, and you can see very briefly a look of surprise on my face.
I just realized you didn't take you responded, but you didn't take a proper action in that turn. So why don't you take your next action?
Oh, great. Okay, cool. I feel like the action that goes along with my rudeness is to spend 3 points and rattle your foe into the reckless stance.
That feels great. That feels really, really good.
Amazing, which is one of I gotta mark my objectives here for myself. Yeah, that counts as an offensive stance. So I did one of,
yep.
Yeah, one of my things. Great.
And I am going to, press my attack, moving us into an adjacent area, which brings me down to 1 action point. And I can either move us to the cafe or I can move us to the Ferris wheel.
Oh my gosh, I am so conflicted because I feel like we should save the Ferris wheel, but maybe I'm wrong. It feels climactic.
I think that it feels right. It feels right to go to the cafe because the cafe is also going to give me what my next action is going to be. So yeah, mm-hmm. I am pressing the attack, and I think that it is unnecessarily gymnastic, right? This is Gymkata. This is the skill of gymnastics and the kill of karate. Mm-hmm. It is unnecessarily flipping. And it's a lot of bouncing off of things, and it's pushing you backwards. I'm getting just increasingly like flashy and quick with my flips and kicks and strikes.
Wow. Okay. What I'm gonna do? Let's see. I've got 3 more points. Oh, you know what? I want to spend 1 point and destroy scenery. I am going to, I see the like incredibly fancy, like, overly elaborate movements that you're doing. And I'm gonna grab a discarded coffee cup, little ceramic coffee cup, and just take it and just whip it on the ground in an effort to be intimidating. He's taking the ceramic coffee cup and like throwing it at you, but kind of like throwing it at your feet. And he's like, I'm dead serious.
I am also spending a point for my last action. I am also spending a point to break scenery. I am, I think I am. I'm gonna respond to that by by going so far as to kick. Like you throw the coffee cup and I kick it, causing it to explode.
Oh, amazing. Yes, hell yeah. I throw it at you, you kick it out of the air, and it inexplicably explodes on contact with your foot.
Yeah,
yes,
100%. 100%. So you've got 3 points left. What do you want to do with them?
Okay. I think, let me see. I would love to spend 2 points on each of us drawing one drama.
Okay.
Okay, wow. What did you pull?
Blame someone else for your foe's motives or failings.
Oh my god. Who are you bringing into this?
I think that it is I think I pause after I've kicked the coffee up, I pause and I spit and I go, I can see why the weightlifting council never trusted you as a supplier and why you had to go illicit. You're never strong enough to accomplish what they need from you.
Perfect. Okay, I pulled describe your foe so they might see themselves as you see them. And Snake is gonna kind of recoil when you say that, right? There's this grimace that comes across his face. And he says, not all of us can be the golden darling of the Gymkata, of the Gymkata scene. And this would rattle you if you were not already rattled, but you're rattled as hell.
And I think it rattles me specifically because I am taken aback that you see me as the golden boy. I think that is a level of recognition that I did not anticipate getting. And it has touched me. Like, I'm a little bit touched right now. Mm-hmm. And I did not expect to, feel warmth towards you. But when you said that, there's a moment of oh my God, they recognize me. Like, I can't believe that.
Oh my God, these guys just want respect.
They just want respect.
God.
All right. Then that is the end of our round, which means that we roll our dice and continue the battle. All right, let's roll some dice. I am in an offensive stance, and I'm going to roll both of my offensive dice.
Cool.
That is 9.
I think I rolled all 4 of my offensive dice last time, so I'm just going to roll my d20.
So that is a 13 for me total, which is 7 action points.
Oh my God, I rolled a 3 on my d20, so I have 1 action point to press.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right. So that means that I rolled a 4. So it was, the dual dice were not kind to either of us. I think they've recognized who we are, maybe more so than we recognize ourselves.
Mm-hmm. The truth
and
of the dice.
I am going to move us into an adjacent area is what I'm going to do on my turn. So that is 2 points. That is also one of my objectives, so I am checking that off. And I am going to move us. The fight is continuing. We are chasing each other up and down the streets. We are arriving at the metro stairs.
Ooh, okay, wow. I have so many good options right now. Okay. Wait, I go first, right? It's my turn?
Yes. Yeah,
okay,
cool.
You go now. I'm going to destroy some scenery. I have an action point. I could spend it on the special metro stairs action, but I'm going to spend it busting shit up instead. I want him. He's behind you. Like, we're chasing each other and kind of getting in pot shots and stuff. And then you stop in front of the metro stairs, and he picks up. Oh my god! He does a big, really, really high kick, and there's like a sign that's saying like, you know, this way to like these 3 trams or whatever, and so he just like kicks in the sign, but it's up so high that he kind of like falls backwards and like doesn't really recover it 100%. But then he turns to you and gives a one-liner. He's like, no, guess the train's delayed.
And I am going to spend 2 points, accomplish an objective, because I am going to draw a drama and rattle you. And I think that,
fantastic.
I think that I rattle you here because you have dropped that one-liner. I think that I have, not responded to it. And just like rushed you, right? Maybe I even pull off an MMA style like double leg takedown to like put you on the ground. But there is a marked refusal to engage with you in that action movie logic, and I'm going to put you in in the defensive stance.
Ooh, cool.
Warn your foe of something you believe they will come to regret. Okay, this is great. This is great energy. I am on top of you. I have grabbed you by the legs, pinned you to the ground. I am on top of you. I'm doing the marsh. We're doing the fight scene thing where I am punching at the ground. Mm-hmm. Like I'm punching at your face and you're dodging.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like my knuckles are bloodied. Mm-hmm. And I am looking down at you and I'm like, you could have been great. You could have aspired to something. And now when you are old and tired, and when this life has taken from you everything that it will take from you, you're going to be left with nothing but the shame of knowing that you hurt people.
Oh my god. Wow, very effective rattling.
And I'm going to roll backwards after I've missed punching you a few times and get into like the like low stance fight, like I'm crouching in the Street Fighter, so like my knees are crouched and I'm in like the fighting stance.
Amazing. I think the only thing I can do is actually in the defensive stance I can ready an edge die, so I'm going to spend the last of my action points and get another dice out there. Put it in my protective slots. I think I have 2 there. Okay, cool.
So I am going to I've got 3 points. I'm just going to destroy some scenery. I think that feels like that feels like 3 spells like so many points to spend on breaking shit, but like that's the fight, right?
And I think it means you should break more shit. You know what I mean? Do 3 points worth, yeah.
I think that it is. How do you maybe react to hearing Trick say that?
I think there is a real look of horror on his face that then turns to rage. And instead of just dodging your attacks, he's like he lets out like a cry of rage and throws you off of him.
I think that I crash into I go, you throw me, you run at me, you throw me, I go tumbling down the stairs into the subway. There is a column. I crash into it. You do a running kick at me. You strike the column. Between the two of us, the column collapses. We have fully demolished like a structural support in this metro subway. It is very unclear if we were supposed to do that. It is very unclear if this was a prop column or not. There is definitely, if you freeze frame it, there is a point where you see both of our faces on screen and we do not look thrilled.
You got to listen to the DVD commentary on that part. It's pretty
really
enlightening.
Fascinating stuff. Yeah. Really, there's frankly great DVD commentary throughout. Really gets into the psychology of a fight scene. It's really wonderful. And so I think that yeah, we demolish this column. We fight back up the steps, and that is the end of our turn, which means we are going to roll our dice.
Great. Okay, so I'm rolling my 2 protective dice. Nice. That's 11.
And I am rolling a flat d20 for my offensive dice. And that is a 6.
And I'll roll me a d20 as well. Ooh, 13. Oh, wow, that's another 3. Great. Okay, I've got 6.
All right, and I rolled a 6, so I have 2. Oh boy, you're taking control this turn. Okay.
Yep.
And what was your d20 roll?
13.
Okay, you go first.
Lovely. Okay, so sorry, I'm just looking at my objectives again. Right. I need to get out of this stance.
I need to get out of the stance too, which means I got
cool stuff in this stance.
We've both got to get out of the stance.
If I rattle you, if you're already rattled, but you're in reckless, can I rattle you into defensive? I feel like it does. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to do that.
You dictate what form I take. Like the person who is doing the rattling dictates the form that the rattled person takes.
Right.
So you can change me from reckless to defensive.
Okay, cool. So I am going to spend 2 points drawing 1 drama and rattling my foe. So that brings me down to 4, and I'm going to draw.
Oh my God, these cards are hitting.
Thank you. Oh my God, they're so fun. The drama cards are the best. Okay, imagine out loud what you would do differently if you could. Oh, you know what? He's like, there's this pause between them, right? After we kick down this column, and he's looking at you, and he's like, I gotta admit, I regret what I did at the brass knuckle. Should have given in to my instincts and stole your fax machine too. Lifted your fax machine.
Incredible. I have 2 points here. Let me look at I have 2 points, and I'm going to spend them. All right. I have 2 points, and I'm going to spend them to do what I got to do, which is, so you're moving me into the defensive stance.
Yes. Yep.
So I am now defensive, which means I actually have to, which means before I do anything, let me look at what my options are. I can withdraw to an adjacent area. I can compel you to draw drama. I can draw drama and rattle you. I got to move us into an adjacent area. I got to set up for next turn, and I am going to withdraw. I am hurt. I think I am pretty badly hurt at this moment because I went through that column. I have now shed the duster. This is the point in the battle where the duster has been shed. And I am moving us from the metro steps back to the cafe. Just like as you say that, I am like wiping the blood, like that dramatic one line of blood from my nose. I am running. I do a flip over I do like a vault over a statue to roll back towards the cafe, where I think I grab maybe I flip towards the cafe and maybe kick through, like maybe flip inside and we fight inside the cafe.
Ooh, nice. That's fun.
All right, you have 4 points left. Spend them how you will.
Okay. I am going to first of all ready an edge die, so I have some later.
I should have done that, but I needed to get to which is one of the things that I'm really enjoying, is like having to make those tactical decisions is very satisfying.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, which is only 1 action point. And then I have 2 more action points I could spend, but I think the readying an edge die is the important thing I have to do.
All right. I've got no more points, so it is all. You can feel free to spend those remaining 2 points if you like.
I'm readying 2 more edge die.
All right, cool, great. Next round, I am rolling a flat d20, and that's a 20. I'll take it.
Wow. I'm trying to remember how to get back into a regular stance, like how to.
You can. So you can, there are location specific actions, and then there are actions that you can take, but I'm not sure how you do it if you are rattled. That is a great question.
Oh, okay. So you never start a round in a
Oh,
rattled stance. So you can be rattled over the course of the round, but then at the
got
beginning of each
it.
round, you
You pick a new
decide.
stance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
cool. Great. In that case, I'm going to move back into quick.
And I am going to move into, let me see what I need, what objectives I have left. I am going to move into I'm moving into wary. Yeah, that feels good.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to roll my protective dice. I'm just going to roll 2 of my protective dice, so I'm not constantly using everything.
We feel Snake's fighting style changing.
Right? Okay, cool. So that's 4 and a 4, which is 8. So I get 2 action points. My D20 has given me a 4, which is truly fantastic. Okay, I have 3 action points this round.
Right. I have 5. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to spend 2 points to ready an edge die, and I think what that looks like here is I think I am picking up a weapon. I think that weapon is a hot pot of coffee. And I am like tossing it handle first between my 2 hands, ready to throw hot coffee at you at a moment's notice.
Oh my god. Horrifying. Wow, excellent. Okay, so that's very intimidating. I am going to, it's time for me to land a hit on my foe, actually. So yeah, I'm going to spend 2 points and, oh boy, how can I get you in the middle of this? I want to kick you in the gut. Like as you're tossing this back and forth between your hands, I want to kick you in the gut. You can tell me where that goes.
You kick me in the gut. This is a bad martial arts action movie. You kick me in the gut. I am mid-throw. The coffee pot goes flying, crashes into a wall, hot coffee splatters everywhere. And I face plant, like my feet leave from under me, which is an extremely elaborate bump for me to take. Face plant through a glass table, and I stand up and I have glass cuts, like dramatically cut over my face.
Whoa. Oh my god, the makeup department had so much fun with you today.
They had so much fun with this that you could really tell that everyone was enjoying this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. So now you have like dramatic red, like slashes on your face. Very cool.
And I am going to ready another edge dice. I've put 1 into protective and I'm putting 1 into offensive just so I've got 1 ready regardless. And that's going to spend 2 more points. And I think what that looks like is I am going to Rambo First Blood Part 2 it is what I'm going to do.
Uh-huh.
I stand up. There is now broken glass everywhere. I am ripping off my tank top. I'm now bare chested. Mm-hmm. I am wrapping my hands in tank top fabric.
Whoa.
And I punch down on the ground with both hands, tangling the fabric with shards of broken glass as I stand up ready to fight.
Whoa. Okay, very exciting. I've got 1 action point left. You know I'm going to spend it drawing a drama card. Try to persuade your foe to see the error of their ways.
What a good card draw.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's a moment of real panic in Snake's face. And let me think about this. Okay, I think he's like, Trick. Hold yourself, get yourself together, man. You don't need to make this uglier than it has to be.
I am 100% responding to that by drawing a drama card of my own. Offer advice to your foe to insult or enrage them.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think like my very serious expression breaks out into a shit-eating grin. Oh, come on. You wanted a fight. You wanted to prove that you were tough. You wanted to come kick my ass. Well, now's the moment to do it.
Oh, that very successfully enrages him.
That is exactly what I'm doing with my yep, and that's my last point. Is that your last point as well?
Yeah, I think that was my last.
All right. Yeah. Well, then that I've rattled you, but then we immediately default. But it still feels good to get in your head.
Oh wait! If you can rattle me, okay. Here's the thing. Okay, wait. I have one more action point.
Okay, then yeah, take a rattled action.
Oh my gosh. Can I go into defensive?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm getting more into the strategic
Oh wait,
element.
no, I don't wait, no, I don't rattle you. I change my
your
stance.
Own stance.
Which doesn't have an impact, but I do change to bold. I really wish I had 1 point left. All right, it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then I'm gonna destroy scenery then. Actually, my last action point goes to destroying scenery. And in this case, that's gonna mean picking up a cute little cafe table and just ripping one of the legs off of it. So now he's got a stick.
Okay.
And he's gonna settle into a very dramatic, like hand outstretched, as if wielding a short sword. With this chair leg.
I am going to. Okay, so we are now in turn 5, which I need to call out because that means that either of us, if we clear one more, we both have 2 objectives cleared. You have 1 half cleared. If either of us clears 1 more objective, we can spend 4 action points to win the duel decisively.
Oh my gosh! Ooh,
I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, I've got to decide my card accordingly. Okay, I've got my stance picked for next turn. I know what I'm doing. And I am going to spend my 1d6 plus my d20. That is a 5. That is 7 total. So that is, I have 2 action points. And I am taking a bold stance.
I'm going to get back into quick stance. And I'm going to use 1 protective die. Which is a 2. Okay, great. I get 1 action point from that. Come on, dual die. Show me something good. Oh my god, 17. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, great.
Take the first action.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, obviously I'm going to hit you with this table leg that I just ripped off. And I want to like shuffle at you, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to do like an intimidating kind of leaping around sort of thing. And I'm trying to like psych you out. Like I'm like quickly like swatting at your head and then getting you in the gut kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that like you knock the wind out of me. I think that we like this is where I was going to say CGI budget. This is where one of our cousins with 3D Studio Max has come in handy because we do the Mortal Kombat X-ray thing.
Oh my god, yes.
And you see my ribs break.
Fantastic.
And I am wheezing. I now I've got the blood running down my lip. And we get that shot as I kind of stand up, and I'm going to spend 2 points here. And I'm going to accomplish an objective. I think I'm destroying I'm spending 2 points to destroy scenery. I'm going to destroy. I think that what happens is like you step back. You step back. You see me like spit up some blood. I am clutching my chest or clutching my ribs. I stand up and I start laughing. Like there's a moment where you feel like you have broken me, right?
Yes.
Like I am wheezing, coughing. You take out that switchblade comb to kind of like comb your mullet back. And I am going to throw a glass shard fist punch, catch your hand, knock the switchblade out of your hand, and break it against the wall.
Oh, wow.
I am using the destroy scenery action on something precious to your character or your foe.
Oh no! That's very precious to me. Wow. Oh my god. Okay, you have done this. He is looking down at you, and there is just like, you just see the veins pumping in his forehead, right? Like he is just, and he says, you mess with my comb? Then you're messing with the hair. And if you're messing with the hair, you're messing with my look. And that I cannot abide. And then he's gonna stomp on your glass hand with his boots.
Oh, you throw me to the ground, you stomp on my hand, which means the glass shards dig into my hand.
Yeah.
We just get the close-up shot on me screaming. Oh, that is great. I like that so much.
Okay. And now I have accomplished 3 objectives as well.
Which means that, we you have one more point to spend, but then we head into round 6, and either of us, if we get 4 action points, can end the fight.
Okay, great. I almost wish I had not spent all of my dice, but them's the breaks. Okay, I have one more action point. Obviously, I'm gonna spend it drawing a drama card.
You gotta draw drama. Like, if
Whoa. Tell your foe how you will describe this day in the future, for good or ill.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna he's grinding his heel into your hand, and he's saying, I think this is gonna make a great story. I can't wait to tell everybody about how everybody's favorite little secret agent was defeated by a roughneck like me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Great. All right. Good. Which means we start round 6. I'm gonna look at my stances. I'm gonna pick. I've got one. I'm gonna pick quick. I'm gonna go quick.
Quick is probably sensible. I think I'm gonna get into wary. I really need to ready some edge die. I want to have that option.
I rolled a 1 and a 4, which puts me at 2 action points this round.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, I'm gonna roll my d20 because that's all I got. Mon-dual die. I have rolled a 4. Great. I have 1 action point. Gonna be a pretty quick round.
You go first.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, I mean, literally, we're in the cafe.
We are in the cafe.
Ooh. Okay, wait. Hang on. Do I want to do this? Because I can describe memories of a happier time in this place to move into any stance.
It won't mechanically help you, but on the other hand, you will be describing memories of a happier time, and is that not its own reward?
I've tried, because I don't even have enough to ready an extra edge dice, so I could draw a drama though. I could just draw a drama. Yeah, I can't resist. I need to spend my point on drawing another drama card. Sorry. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Compliment your foe sincerely. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, a softness. I think a softness enters Snake's voice. And he can no longer look at you when he says this. He looks out the window. But he says out loud, I hope you know what a brag it's going to be to say that I could stand against you.
I'm going to respond to that by spending 2 points to step gracefully, moving us to another area as I move us to the fountain. I am walking, clutching my ribs as I walk to the fountain, you kind of following behind. We're barely even in fighting mode anymore. We're just kind of walking, and I'm staring out at the water, and I'm like, something tells me that in another life we could have made a great team.
Oh my god.
I am proposing that we are now changing the stakes to a turn.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, which means that this is our next round. I am just rolling a d20. That is an 11, which is 3 points.
I rolled a 19.
Oh no!
I have 4 action points. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And that means you go first. You can end this right now.
I can't believe that line of dialogue hasn't come up before. To a turn. My god. I'm going to decisively end the battle by walking up behind you, grabbing your shoulder, turning you around to face me. And he's looking at you and he says, "Are you serious, man? You really think that I could play for the good guys?"
And I pause and I look at all the damage that we've done to each other and to this desperate city that we're in, and I say, I was sent here to kill you by a cabal of gym owners that don't even know who I am. Look at what this organization has brought on the world. Look at the damage that it's caused. You have been trying to make a life for yourself, and they sent someone to kill you. I have been... And they turned me into a hitman. I don't think that I was working for the good guys after all. And I think maybe it's time that we showed them what happens when individuals fight back. And I rip off the cloth with the glass shards off of my non-glass stabbed hand, and I issue it forward in the Predator handshake flex.
He's looking at that, he grabs your hand, and he says, you know, maybe there ain't no good guys, and there ain't no bad guys. Just guys like us, willing to stick together. And then they're flexing their arms as they're holding their hands, and we're doing it.
I fully, when you just said, and they're flexing their arms, and I fully thought the phrase was going to be, and then they kiss, and then realized that we weren't playing Starcrossed.
Whoops. Look, if we make them kiss, then what are people even going to write fan fiction about?
That's true. No, that's true. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we lock arms, we lock eyes, we are staring each other in the face, and like the title card flashes up that says like Snake and Trick Snake and Trick burn down the world. Coming soon.
Snake and Trick will return.
Snake and Trick will return.
This is actually the 4th Snake Trick movie, and it's like a prequel. Like it's like the story of how they ended up becoming
this is the
partners.
prequel. This is the prequel to our buddy martial arts series. This is how we find out how they became blood brothers.
Yeah.
The name of the film is Snake and Trick Blood Brothers.
Blood Brothers, yeah.
Great. Yeah, and that is game. The final step of the game is to part as friends, talk about what we enjoyed, share our hidden motivations, and then thank each other for playing.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's so much to enjoy. I really, really liked that we kept it goofy by keeping it serious, mostly, you know, and like playing into and believing the seriousness that they feel. Yeah,
we believed what our characters believed, and that made it joyful and silly.
Yes, 100% agreed.
I love the pathos that we found in these characters that are deeply unserious, but like that they desperately needed things so much. It made it made a real hook, and the ending I couldn't be happier with. Yeah,
me too. And I love, I love a tender ending. Especially because I really feel like this is a moment of sincerity that the film hasn't really earned and will immediately like rob itself of, in like the next scene where we're just kicking ass again and like shooting a gun cool or whatever.
Yeah, like kicking gym owners in the head, like delightful New York character actors are just getting their heads kicked in, like I will say my hidden motivation was to prove I belong among the gym fitness elite, and it made it really satisfying that like the way that you immediately went to like you are this golden boy that everybody knows as a star, like so immediately hit that hidden objective of I have to prove that I belong. Like, it was like, oh my god, maybe I've belonged this whole time and I haven't seen it, and it really drove that ending home for me.
Whoa, oh my gosh, okay, because my hidden motivation was everyone respects you, so if I defeat you, I might finally get respect.
Incredible.
Wow.
Incredible synchronicity. I'm so pleased with this.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Lovely being on the same wavelength as you, Jeff. Always a pleasure.
Good vibes.
Really strong vibes.
Alex, thank you so much for playing this with me. I could not be happier. That was such a treat.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. So much fun. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
So real quick, before we wrap up, where can people find you and your work online?
People can find me. I'm still on Twitter for some reason, at Muscular Pikachu. And you can always get in touch with me and keep up with my work via my Patreon. So I'm at patreon.com/helloalexroberts. And that's where I like to share what I'm working on, what's coming up next, and what am I thinking about. So yeah, that's probably the best ways to get a hold of me.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again for playing. Thank you again for joining me on the show. This was such an absolute treasure. And for now, I'm going to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show. Take it, future me. Thanks, past me. And thanks again to Alex for coming onto the show. That game was like so exactly what I wanted when we sat down to record together. Like, it was just an absolute delight. The fact that we immediately like hit on a vibe and then ran at 1,000,000 miles an hour was fucking treasure. And I am so grateful that we got to put this one on mic. This episode ruled, and I'm really, really happy about it. Be sure to head to darringtonpress.com to pick up your own copy of Till the Last Gasp, and be sure to head to helloalexroberts.card.co to check out all of Alex's present and upcoming work. And of course, as long as it remains a website, which who the fuck knows, you can find Alex on Twitter at Muscular Pikachu. Then while you're on Twitter, follow us at Party of One Pod, like us on Facebook at facebook.com/partyofonepodcast, find us on TikTok at Party of One Podcast, find us on Tumblr at Party of One Pod, subscribe to our newsletter at buttondown.email/partyofonepodcast, and join our Discord community at bit.ly/partyofonediscord. If you enjoy the show, there's a lot of ways to support it. You can support us financially at patreon.com/JeffStormer or ko-fi.com/JeffStormer. You can give us a nice iTunes review, shout us out to a friend, give us some love on social media. You can buy some Party of One merch at bit.ly/partyofonemerch. Or, if you're looking for more great podcast content, you can check out All My Fantasy Children, which is a character creation, storytelling, and world-building podcast that I make with my best friend in the world, Aaron Catano Saez. We take a listener-submitted prompt and spin it into an original fantasy character, populating a shared universe one story at a time. You can also check out Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, which is an actual play about a heartless witch, a cozy house, and the many people making their homes inside. Both of those you can find wherever you get your podcasts. Party of One is, as always, produced and edited by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. Music for the show comes from the song Infinite Lives by Mega Ran featuring the D&D Sluggers, and the Party of One logos by Evan Rowland. If you'd like to inquire about advertising rates, coming on the show as a guest, or about press coverage of the show, you can email me at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. And unless I am mistaken, that is all we do here. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. Remember to fight the forces of fascism every single day. Remember that self-love and self-care are radical and defiant acts of resistance. And as always, party on, everybody.